All right, we're back for part 2 of how to do double, how to manage your time and get motivated. And part 1, we talked about personal growth by using audio or video, something that you're doing on a daily basis to grow yourself, make yourself more mature to be able to tackle a big assignment. That's for mature people, people who can control their emotions and desires and see a bigger picture. And so you'll create that in your mind. You'll pixelate and make it crystal clear in HD by continuing to work on yourself and make your goals and dreams crystal clear and worth fighting for. Number 2, identify energy drain. So we started off with a person. Everybody knows a person that can really zap their energy on the job. They just, not good, toxic almost. And so I have very easily and effortlessly discovered how to eliminate those types of people from my life, or at the very least limit my exposure to them so that they don't affect me on the journey that I'm on. And then number 2, energy drains. There is a place that you could go that will so drain your energy, so give you an encounter, a negative encounter, or just exhaust you to the point where you can't get motivated to fight for your dreams and get in and do your work and do the action steps in your plans. And that place could be anything. It could be a relative's house. It could be a hangout spot. It could be somewhere where you go and you're in a vacuum and hours and hours and hours get by you. I mean, literally, you're there for hours and unaccounted for. I mean, it could be a tradition, just kind of a hangout spot where you just a couple times a week and you lose track of time. That place could be the internet. Very well, it doesn't have to be someone's house, but it could very well be the internet or social media. These things have their use, but I'll tell you, if you can get sucked into Facebook an hour and just refreshing news feed and reading posts over and over and over again and begin living through other people's lives and experiencing their dreams and not creating your own. So you don't want to tell me I don't have enough time to work on my dreams or to be masterful or to get motivated when you can lay on Facebook for 2 or 3 hours, couple hours in the morning, couple hours in the evening, or any other social media or any other website where you're just researching. So don't go to that place that will drain you. I work, timers are constantly going off, bells, whistles, reminders to stay on task and stay focused. Now, mind you, I'm 41 years old. I knew this stuff when I was 20. Most of the time management piece I knew when I was 20. I didn't make a decision to act on it. I thought it was motivational teaching and meant to be inspirational, but certainly nothing to be applied. And boy, did I make a mistake. Boy, did I ever make a mistake wasting time and not managing it properly. It's such a commodity. It's such a value. Talk to any senior citizen and they will tell you one of their biggest regrets would be some of the mistakes they made with their time, decisions they made where they should have been more productive and more sensitive to time. And which leads us into number 3, the energy drains. Number 3 is productivity. As an energy drain, yes. A lack of productivity or a lack of things happening can drain your energy. Let's say you work for a company and you want to be VP, or you want to go for a promo or something else. You want to get switched out. You've been trying, you've been doing this, you've been watching people shuffling in and out of the department. You've been working hard, you've been staying late, you've been coming in early. All the stuff the magazines say that you need to do to get ahead, and you haven't gone anywhere yet. You've been productive, but you haven't seen any results. That could be an energy drain on you as well. You could be working your business dusk till dawn and not making any money. Usually the problem with that is you're using the incorrect system for your business type. Very easy fix, by the way. But you could just be working and working and working and not seeing any results. And that the lack of things moving forward will cause a drain on you, and you won't be motivated. Eventually, you'll just shut down and quit. You'll settle. And this is usually where people settle. This is actually a place, if you're being productive and things aren't happening, that's the place where you just need to check your plan and dig in deeper. And be honest, am I really? Some people tell me I'm doing all this stuff and nothing's just not working, and they do a time diary for me, and they're not doing all the work they say they're doing. But if you truly are doing all the work that your system requires, your strategy requires, and you're not getting any results, then you look at the system, and then you also dig deeper, because it could just be a test of diligence and a test of will, and we win tests of will. I won't quit. I won't quit on you. If I know I got the right system, I'm going to chuck in there, hang in there, and keep going around and around until I get the results. If I'm 100% sure I'm using the right system. And there are ways and measures to test a system. That's actually another class, another group. So, productivity. So, if you want the top position, if you want to create the top company, obviously you have to be productive. You have to have a strategy. We'll talk about strategy as the final. You have to have the right attitude going forward, and then you have to have a balance, when to shut it off. When I was younger, I was very ambitious and could work night and day without regard to emotion. I have an entrepreneur skill set, and so I don't, this is going to sound terrible. I've been accused of being cold and heartless, and really I'm not. It's just the skill set I have to get things done. I have ability to make a decision without feeling a whole lot, and sometimes that's not good. When people need you to feel something, when the decisions involve people, they need you at least to feel something or act like you do. So when you're in pursuit of goals and you're young and you want to shoot straight to the top and you want to make it, and don't step all over people. Make it be on the basis of your work. Don't cut corners. Be good to people on the way up. Be good to people on the way out. If you're being led to start a business and launch, and you got a crystal clear plan, you've got some results from your part-time efforts, and you feel like it's time to launch and move forward, be good to people on the way out, because you never know what your business is going to yield or what you might need. Relationships bring resources. Most of the success that I've had in the last few years have come by relationships. When I worked in corporate at American Express Financial Advisors, and I was a top salesperson there. Of course, that system called for me to work 70 hours a week sometimes, 6 days a week. And that was intense. But the system called for that. And I was able to be successful in that. I actually won a trip and had some incredible lucrative opportunities. Paychecks weren't bad, but I knew I wasn't called to that particular system to work like that and yield the benefits to a corporation like I could for myself. So I was called out of that particular system. But you understand. Hard work is inevitable. There's nothing to be ashamed of when you put in a day of hard work, either on your job or for your own corporation. Your head can be held high. You manage your time wisely while you're there, and you're doing key linear strategies, only those things that can increase you. There's not a whole lot of time being wasted, and your productivity will eventually get you your success. But don't let it drain you. If you're working hard, your heels are dug in deep, and you're not seeing any results, don't let it drain you. It's going to happen if you're doing the right system. And then finally, what I do to manage my time and do a little bit more than the average person, I have an upward strategy. I always have the end result first, and then I work backwards from there. I always have the end result. It could be a destination, Hawaii 2015. Gotta get to Hawaii 2015. To do it right, and now it's going to cost $12,000. This is hypothetical. $12,000 Hawaii 2015, and that'll be my goal. Or let's say I want to be promoted to buyer by 2015, and I've got the educational type credentials. I may need some favor from God in the experience area, but I'm going to work hard. So how I would customize that would be optimizing work, I would optimize my time at work. I would put together a profession that claims, based on the word of God, how I would have favor with God and man and be placed at the front of the line for consideration because I qualify. I don't ever ask God to do anything for me in favor that I have not qualified for. It wouldn't do God any good to make me president of the United States. There's just really no need. Yeah, I would be ineffective. Some other places would just be ineffective for me to be there. And you got to know that too. And he knows it. So make sure you got a plan from God and you're professing something that matches what he said you were designed to be. Otherwise, you'll set yourself up for failure. And all of the work that you're doing, all of the extra productivity and the time that you're putting into it will be for nothing because yet another system, God's system, is not being utilized and understood properly. Okay? So for corporate promotions, I would definitely do my work. I do a profession to add to it because there's a lot you have to slice through in the marketplace, which is, we're equipped, we're fine, you can get it, got no problem with that. And then also, I would beef up my skill set because you never know what other opportunity lies beyond even what you see. And then finally, so that's an example, a very crude example of an upward strategy. This is where I want to go. This is the timeline that I want to do in it. This is the work that I'm willing to do. And you keep it very simple. And so here, finally, the last two things I want to share with you is styles of time management. And I will give you three. The first one is waste, where you wake up, you respond to what's necessary, and then you waste every other moment possible. So responding to what's necessary, you wake up and go to work. After that, there's no plan, there's no action steps, there's no reward, there's no planner anywhere. There's just this incredible sense of loss and waste by the end of the day, or this incredible amount of activity either on social media or visiting or phone calls. And finally you go to bed like, oh wow, I'm exhausted. That was incredible. That was a really full day. When you're actually using the waste form of time management strategy, where you don't plan out a block of time to do anything incredible or valuable about your day. You may even have information at your disposal, videos. Oh my goodness, I ran out of time again. I gotta do part 3. I cannot hold you long on these videos. I promise part 3 won't be but a minute or two. I'll be right back.